I am an eternal optimist. So please, God, don't tell me that you're an eternal pessimist.
I like to say I'm a realist.
Oh, it's great. We're going to go along great. This is going to be great.
This is Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh.
Ryan Rollins for three. Oh! Nail in the coffin. 32 points for Ryan Rollins. How sweet it is to come out here and play the way this team has played. Forget about a moral victory. Let's bring it on home, baby.
Have a night, Ryan Rollins. Giannis, you just go ahead and rest up. You know, like just hang out. Let your knee chill. We got you. Dude, they got him. Like they had his back. Bucks 120. Warriors 110. FanDuel Sports on the call. Good morning, Wisconsin. Happy Halloween. Look who's here. Indiana Jones.
Hi.
I've
Happy
got a
Halloween,
costume.
buddy.
Happy Halloween. I'll show you in just a little bit.
Okay.
We are live from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, and we are powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. We are Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. A big Bucks victory last night. Hey, Josh, remember that one time you made me watch the Bucks? And I said, you know what, buddy? I'll do it for you. Because even though I'm on the 70 side of the poll that we posted a poll, and it said NBA, and 70% said nah. 70%. I'm in that 70%. I am not just going to sit and watch an NBA game for the sake of watching an NBA game. But we posted another poll. Giannis?
Yeah.
97.1% said yeah.
Yes. Giannis, yes. NBA, no. And so
I
said,
says to you,
yeah.
You know what? If you need me to watch the Bucks game because you got a day yesterday with all the things,
yeah,
I got you. You know why? Because of all your things, but Giannis. Because yes, Giannis, even though NBA, no.
Right.
Hey, jerk. Antetokounmpo was listed as probable on the team's injury report before the game because of a left knee soreness throughout the day. However, he was a late scratch about an hour before after he went through his pregame warmup.
Yeah, that's tough. That's a tough L you took.
Dude.
Bucks got the dub.
Dub. Me, L.
You took the L.
Literally sat down on my couch. I'm like, all right, we got this. I got this. I'm taking one for the team. I do not like the pace of play of the NBA. I do not like the defense, the scoring, the baby. I just am not. But I got you. And then literally I see Giannis in street clothes, and I'm like, I don't got you.
No.
No.
Yeah, and you text me, and new phone. Who dis?
Exactly.
Yeah, sorry. So how did you enjoy the game? Did you enjoy watching a basketball game without Giannis? Just
I was flipping. I'm not going to lie to you. I was flipping between that and what was going on with Thursday Night Football and trying to stay up on all the things on Twitter and trying to keep my eyes open. Because in my life, I have shoved 10 pounds of poo into a 3-pound bag.
Oh.
And I'm covered in it. All of it. Like it's spewing out everywhere. And that's
gross.
Not great. No, terribly gross. Just overall, like I'm just busy. I have a lot going on. And so last night I just kind of sat down, like, all right, had a bowl of soup, did some scrolling on the Twitter. I saw last night that the UWGB men's basketball team, who I'll share a little bit more with you in a little bit here about why I'm not doing the public address announcing there anymore. I put that out on my social yesterday. But they had a toilet paper toss last night here in Green Bay.
Yeah.
And it was after the first point. And I saw a picture of it, and I posted, and I said, because there was toilet paper all over the floor.
I saw
at the
photo.
Crest Center.
Yeah. I mean,
nuts. Green Bay is the toilet paper capital of the world. Did you know that?
I didn't.
Didn't know that. Take a sip from your, what is that, an urn? I've never seen Indiana Jones. I'm sorry. What do you do? Like,
That's nuts.
Hold on. Let me get through this, and then I want you to tell me about your costume, and then I'm going to show you mine.
Nuts.
So anyway, Green Bay, toilet paper capital of the world. And the floor is covered in rolls of toilet paper. And I tweet, COVID us would be so pissed at post-COVID us. Because toilet paper, if you recall, was sparingly used. I mean, there was no toilet paper left on the shelves whatsoever.
Yeah.
And last night we proved that we got it back.
Yeah, we're back.
We're back.
We're back. We're back to where we can chuck a bunch of TP.
A little bit of basketball we're going to talk today. Our guy Doug Gottlieb, the head coach of UW Green Bay's men's basketball team, will join us at 7:25. You may know him from college basketball. You may know him from national radio. He does a show every day in the afternoon on Fox Sports Radio. You also might know him from his time being the analyst on all of the networks. I'm fairly certain he's been on every single network that analyzes college basketball there is. And he honestly, listen, I understand that he has been in the news for certain things at certain points. Would they have 4 wins last year or something like that?
Yeah.
I have spent personal time with Doug Gottlieb. He's a good dude. He's a good dude. And when he is in the limelight, the way I call it, in his zone of being a sports personality, he's just a little in your face. And that's okay.
Yeah.
But on the personal side, off the air or off the court, really, really good dude. Really good dude.
So what'd you think of the Bucks last night?
They won.
Oh, okay.
Dude, okay, I have one. This is something, and I was going to ask you this. I hate you so much. I can't believe you made me watch this game. And I'm sitting there going, this is why I don't watch the NBA. This is literally why I don't watch the NBA.
I legitimately felt bad. Because when I asked you at the end of yesterday's show, like, hey, can you help me out? Can you like I really just don't know that I'm gonna be able to focus in on sports tonight. Like I really just, we said yesterday, like I had some stuff going on and I just was like, I might be able to, but I can't promise it. And so I know that you're not huge into the NBA, but I need you to just focus in on this Bucks game. And then for Giannis to not play in that Bucks game, I was just like, oh no.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's going to be rough for Trev.
Well, I did my best, and luckily I have a 15-year-old son that's pretty dialed in. So here's my question to you.
Okay.
He said to me, Dad, Miles Turner hasn't done a lot for the Bucks since we got him. Is that true?
Well, I don't know that he needed to, but yes, it was at least like for stats, numbers, what we're expecting from him, we didn't necessarily see it. And so, like, as the season goes along, I think that we will get a little bit more idea of, okay, does this dynamic work with Giannis and someone else? But I still feel like this Bucks team is exciting. They've got pieces.
Yeah.
Where it's not just Giannis and then no one helping. They can spread the ball and people are making things happen. As we saw last night, someone is stepping up. Right? What you saw from Miles Turner, what you saw the type of play that he had last night, it was better. It was better, and now it's just figuring out, all right, was that just simply because Giannis wasn't on the floor, or was that because he's figuring it out and Miles Turner's coming on?
Before the season started, Giannis said this team is going to be a problem in a good way. And I think they started to prove that last night. So if Giannis is on the bench against what was a 4-1 Golden State Warriors team led by Steph Curry, 27 points for him, by the way. And yet we can win by 10 over the Warriors without Giannis. Okay.
Right.
We'll take that.
That's and I mean, they also have, Draymond Green, Jimmy Butler. It's like, it's not like they don't like the Warriors. I could also see being a problem come playoff time.
The Warriors,
that team stays healthy.
They spread it out a little bit more than the Bucks do. I mean, Steph Curry, 27, Jonathan Kuminga, 24, Jimmy Butler, 23. Draymond Green did not have a good game.
No.
He looked frustrated.
He does that a lot.
Yeah.
But also this is the 5th game of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I'm going to stand in front of a microphone and say, man, it's really hard to be super in to NBA basketball at the beginning of the season, I also feel like I can't judge the level of play of our players harshly 5 games into the season. So I'm not upset at Miles Turner. I'm not worried about Miles Turner. I'm going, okay, yeah, this is his 5th game in a Bucs uniform, as far as games that count. Let's let him keep going out there, do his thing.
So all in all, good night for the Milwaukee Bucks. A 10-point victory over the Warriors. It was not that drastic with not a lot of time left in the game. 4:03 left in the game. Golden State had cut it to 106-104. It was a little nerve-wracking. Curry had a 3, and here we go. But alas, Ryan Rollins recovers, and away we go with a 10-point victory for the Bucks. We also need to talk a little Packers today. We're going to have.
Is there a game coming up?
2 angles on that on Sunday's game against the Carolina Panthers. My guy Luke Sampe, who is the chief meteorologist at Channel 5 in Green Bay for the CBS affiliate here, and our guy Andy Herman. They're going to join us. We'll talk a little bit of weather. It looks like a gorgeous November Sunday at Lambeau Field, which is amazing to say because it can go the other way, no problem.
Very true.
It'll be a beautiful weekend here in Green Bay where I am. Josh is in Milwaukee, and we are statewide on the all-new Wisconsin Sports Radio Network in 4 cities and growing soon.
Yes.
Get Wausau, 93.9 The Game. Good morning, and we're glad you are here. 99.7 FM WNFL in Green Bay and the Fox Valley. What is up, Northeast Wisconsin? Way up in the top left corner of the state of Wisconsin. Duluth Superior. We're on there on 710 The Game. Good morning to you. And we are on the flagship station of the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network in Milwaukee, 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, The Fan. Follow us on social media at WI Sports Radio. You can follow along with Josh and I as well. At Trevor Thomas for yours truly. It's at Trevor Thomas IW. Josh is at On Air Josh. The show is at Inside Wis Sports and the network at WI Sports Radio. On Twitter, we are live at WI Sports Radio. And on YouTube, we are live at youtube.com/@WI Sports Radio. A packed show today. I want to talk about what Matt LaFleur had to say yesterday about Micah Parsons and what Micah Parsons had to say yesterday about Micah Parsons. We have to chat about all things. What are you laughing at? What was that?
Micah Parsons on Micah Parsons. Matt LaFleur on Micah Parsons. Everyone on Micah Parsons.
I think we should talk about Micah Parsons. I also want to talk about the game last night. Ravens-Dolphins. Ravens are back. Dolphins are not.
Well, but why are the Ravens back?
Well, Lamar Jackson, 4 touchdowns last night.
Because Lamar's back.
I have some questions about that, though, in regards to the Dolphins' offense or lack thereof. The most electrifying sound comes up. I have a giant morning mind dump. I lost ESPN last night from my YouTube TV account, and I am pissed about it. I'm so over this whole, you need to contact your provider. Just, does anybody offer all the things? I don't think so.
No.
There's not a single streaming platform that offers all the things. It is so annoying.
Nope. Worse than cable.
715. Trevor really hosts a Wisconsin sports show but doesn't watch Wisconsin sports? Oh, I do.
Oh, that's not even your troll.
No, it's a different troll.
Wow.
Listen, I do watch Wisconsin sports. I just don't watch all of the Wisconsin sports all the time. And the Bucks, respectfully, is the one that I don't watch all the time. Do you watch Wisconsin football cover to cover, Trevor? Nope, sure don't do that either. Well, you must watch the Packers game. Yes, I do watch that. Brewers, got it. Pitch by pitch.
Yeah.
Do I stay connected with all things Wisconsin sports at any given moment? I do. Oh. And you'll hear that come through in the Dolphins chat. But do I watch cover to cover Bucks basketball every single game? I tried. And
yeah. It's listen, I'm going to give it to you. It's more difficult when Giannis isn't playing.
And it's the NBA game. It has nothing to do with following Wisconsin sports. It's the game that is NBA basketball. I just struggle with it. And didn't you have something that you uncovered in the last day or two here in comparison as to why we don't appreciate the NBA as much as we did back when we watched Jordan? You heard him say something. It was load management, I believe.
Jordan,
explain that, would you please?
Yeah, Jordan just talked about load management, and he said that because that wasn't a thing when he was playing basketball. You went out there and you played every game because you wanted to compete and you wanted to prove that you were the best, and there were more chips on shoulders and things of that nature. And I don't know where to place the blame, if the blame is on analytics and just looking at the importance of keeping someone healthy, although that didn't seem to have players falling apart as much back in Jordan's era. But so I don't know if it's on the player or if it's on just the team going, no, we're gonna tell this person precautionarily, you're sitting tonight. So it is definitely a different game than it was 20 years ago, but I'm not sure what sport has stayed the same from the 90s to today.
Well, the relativeness of the sport and how they play it is the same. I think that you can wrap your head around the NFL game and compare it to the way the 90s were. I watched a highlight reel of Brett Favre throwing absolute darts. Like somebody said on Twitter that he teleported balls when he threw them.
Yeah. Well, so that's a good question, though. So would you say that the way that a NFL football game is played and enjoyed is the same as it was 30 years ago?
Yeah, I think so. There's just one major difference. And the major difference is you cannot jack somebody up anymore. Remember the ESPN Sports Center segment, or was it NFL Live, jacked up?
Listen, that's what I'm saying, though.
But that's the only difference.
But I think that's a huge part of the game. The fact that we don't know what all of these things are anymore.
There's two rules.
Pass interference is what? We have no idea.
They got that one pretty figured out.
Do they?
Yeah, because they had the ability to review pass interference, and they said, don't need it. Don't need it. Like, it's too impossible to call that on review.
Right.
It's a split decision. And they do a fairly good job of pass interference. There's two rules that are different from the 90s football that I grew up watching. One is you can't jack the quarterback up anymore. And two, you cannot smoke a defenseless receiver. Other than that, I don't think there's drastic changes to the game at all. And as a matter of fact, I think we're seeing a resurgence of what is a dominant defensive league, specifically with the Green Bay Packers. I want to talk about that too. Coming up also at 7:45, a new segment here on Inside Wisconsin Sports. I dropped this on Josh last night. We call it Friday's Final Four. We have a Friday top four list. I'll explain that to you more as we get to that. All right. We are live on YouTube, live on Twitter. Don't play anything yet, Josh. I'm going to show you my Halloween costume.
Oh, it's about time. If you're not watching us and you're just listening, we'll make sure to post all the content. You can, of course, always, if you missed the show, you can go back and stream the entire show as well later. It's on YouTube for your viewing pleasure.
All right. So I'm you're probably going to clip this up. It's going to be that good. And I'm so glad that we're doing this live on the radio.
You're really hyping this up.
Yep. So I'm going to move my mic just for a second.
Okay.
Can you talk with your eyes closed so you just get, because it's going to
talk with my eyes closed.
If you see the setup, it's not going to work.
Okay. I'm
here still. I'm
not looking at the screen.
I'm not changing.
As Trevor is changing live on air. I am very happy that you can now watch us not only on YouTube, but on Twitter.
I'm ready.
Okay. And okay.
Come on.
You have to hold that the whole show.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
That's why I said to you last night, there's no way I can wear this the entire show. It's not going to happen. However, for those of you just listening on the radio, Russell Nicolay is in the house. I've got the billboard. Injured? Get Nicolay. NicolayLaw.com. I'm a bald, bearded, sunglassed mammal.
I mean, it's a very simple costume. It's just a sign.
This was not simple to make. If
sign.
Amanda just heard you say simple, she will kill you. This thing was a pain in the ass. She painted the whole thing last night.
Listen.
I'm not holding this the whole game.
You absolutely are. You're holding that the whole time.
All right. Well, then we're just going to do this.
Yeah, that's fine. You can do that.
My arm's going to get tired.
Listen, I see it. You're bald. Yeah. You got a beard. It definitely works.
Yeah, it's a good costume. Look,
yeah.
See, that's why I can't do it. Smoke myself in the face with this thing.
Man, you got to tape it to your head.
No, this is a piece of wood, Josh. This is a piece of wood. Because it's the only thing that we were going to be able to make work. It's a piece. I'm holding the billboard for Nicolay Law up on the screen. If you're not watching, check it out later or go to the website.
Perfect.
This is a piece of wood that we. Yeah. There you go. I don't know what it is, but it's not paper. It's not light, and it's a little flimsy. But there you go.
Yeah. No, I think you have to hold it right there. See, one hand. You still have a hand free.
It's good. Perfect.
There you go. The whole show. You're fine. Just like that.
Happy Halloween, Wisconsin.
Representing the talk and text line.
The Nicolay Law fan talk and text line looks a little different on the screen today, but the number is the same. 414.
Love it.
677-1250. You got Indiana Jones. You got Russell Nicolay. And you are on Wisconsin Sports Radio Network, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. We're back with questions. I have questions. This is Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. This works. I like this. What's up, Wisconsin? Welcome back inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh, live from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Happy Halloween. Join us live on YouTube and Twitter. We are live in both places with our Halloween costumes galore this morning. I'm not doing this the whole show.
Yeah, you are. This is the best part. Okay. Oh, I can't. Can we get into this with the Halloween costumes? Can we do this? We'll wait. Listen, I need to, you said during the break, I'm backpedaling on when I said it's a simple costume.
Yeah, my wife will cut you. So
listen, it is. I'm not saying it didn't take a lot of work to make.
It's a simple costume, yet it's very
sunglasses
creative.
And a sign. It's a very easy.
The sign took a while.
Absolutely. But I'm saying, like, you didn't need 10 minutes to change. It's not a 10-piece outfit. You were able to make your costume with a sign and sunglasses. That makes it simple. It's brilliant.
Thank you.
And I love the fact
will you explain what you're looking at, please, for the people
sure.
on the radio?
So what I'm looking at is Trevor Thomas wearing the same sunglasses that Russell Nicolay is famous for wearing. He's got it on all the billboards. If you're going, what is this Nicolay? First of all, welcome to the show. Nicolay Law fan talk and text line is how you communicate with us on the show.
How all of you yell at me all morning.
Correct. And then on top of that, you've seen the billboards. You've seen them all over the state. And so that's exactly what Trevor is. But he has a sign with his head as Russell Nicolay cut out, as if it was a billboard that you would see as you're traveling down the highway right now listening to Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. I love the most about your costume that you and Amanda said, oh, this will be great. We'll do this. We'll make the sign. I'll hold the sign.
I will not hold the sign. There you go. See, it's falling. It's not light. It's going to break.
On the radio, like you got a 3-hour show. It's perfect for a photo. Like if you need to do a photo op of what you are, perfect. Nah, man, we're streaming. You can see us. You can stream us live on YouTube and on Twitter. You can see it just for the next, you're 2.5 hours. You're a half hour in, bud.
Amanda said a few things here via text. When you said it was easy, or
I didn't say easy. I said simple.
Simple. It wasn't simple to make. So thanks to her for making it.
Yes, absolutely.
It's impressive. We went to Menards last night. We got the paint. I bought this piece of wood that I jankily cut out the head opening on. And then Amanda got to work while I watched the Bucks game. Bucks game. So,
let's get to our segment here because you know what, Trevor?
Do you have questions?
I have questions.
Let's go.
When things just don't add up, Trevor and Josh ask the hard questions or just point out how messed up stuff is.
I only have one question.
Can you fly this plane and land it?
Surely you can't be serious.
Do you view this season as a failure?
You asked me the same question last year.
What's the most important question the Badgers have to answer Saturday?
This is a great question. Oh my God, this is a great question.
It's time for I Have Questions on Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh.
It is time to ask some questions on Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. We do it every day. A little bit tardy today, a little bit squirrely today. Friday, baby.
We are. It's Halloween.
We have one of those what we call vulnerability hangovers. Yesterday was a little bit of an emotional day. It was the anniversary of Josh's mother passing away, and my stepbrother passed away yesterday 11 years ago, and it was just kind of one of those like, hey, y'all, we're in this together type of days.
Yeah.
And we got here this morning, and Josh and I went, oh, boy.
Here we go.
The wheels are going to fall off on today's show, and we're not really sure why, but here we go. You know what? Why don't you ask your question first, because I've got a little, mine's a little bit more in depth.
Okay. I have questions. Is this part of your couple's costume?
No.
Okay. Because I'm going, what is Amanda going to be?
Yeah. So I shouldn't probably ruin my couple's costume because the party that we're going to tomorrow night is one of those like, hey, surprise, this is the dynamic duo that we are. So, I guarantee you a number of my neighbors are listening right now.
Oh,
guaranteed. So I'm not going to ruin that. I'll text you that offline and I'll talk about it. I'll send you a picture. I'll post it to Twitter over the weekend. No, this is not a part of the couple's costume. This is just a random spur of the moment idea that I had not late last night, but definitely not early yesterday, because that's why we rush things in the Thomas household. It's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me.
Yes, well said.
So, yeah, no, this is just this is one of those things where I was like, God, I don't know how I'm going to pull this off on the radio. I'm not holding this sign the whole time.
Yes, you are. You're killing it right now.
Well, I'm trying, but I'm telling you, it's heavy. I don't want to do it. All right. Good question, Josh. Here we go. Back to sports. Hey, boys.
Hey, sports.
Back to sports. Got it. Yesterday, Matt LaFleur talked about how insanely good Micah Parsons is. Hey, Matt, question in I Have Questions. How good of a start has Micah Parsons had?
Yeah, he's been outstanding. All those guys are kind of feeding off one another. Certainly, he gets a lot of attention in regards to protections, and a lot of times he's defeating a chip, and then they might even slide to him. So, which opens up opportunities for everybody else. But I do think Half's done a really good job in DC of trying to get creative in terms of, you've seen him rush inside, outside. So it does put a little bit of a stress on the offense in regards to you're not quite sure where he's going to align. So it adds some layers to that, but you can't do that if you don't have confidence in the other guys to be able to win their one-on-ones. And I think, all those guys have been doing a great job. RG, Devontae Wyatt, KB, Colby, JJ, Van Ness, we feel pretty confident that we got a lot of good players in there that can all play off one another. And I think the other thing that we've been doing a decent job of is when called, our linebackers are doing a good job of rushing the quarterback as well.
So I think that's what we've been saying now for some weeks, is that when Micah Parsons showed up, so many of us were like, yes, Micah Parsons is great. Dude's an unbelievable defender, top tier. Oh, wait a minute. He's going to open it up for literally every other defensive player on the Green Bay Packers. And we saw that last weekend, specifically on the one play where Parsons flushed Rodgers out of the pocket and right into the loving arms of Rashawn Gary. Game, set, match. That's the effect Micah Parsons can have on you. And that is why he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Month yesterday.
Yeah, love that.
So let's ask Micah Parsons about Micah Parsons. Hey, Micah, what does that mean to you? And how are things going since you got here in Green Bay? Go ahead.
No matter what you do, it's always a great honor to get recognized by your accomplishments. But even though, you just understand more months, more goals, we're working towards something bigger. So, obviously sit back, reflect, appreciate this month about the work from the teammates, everyone who's invested into this. But now it's just kind of move on. Now we're in November, and it's this is going to be one of our biggest months in terms of teams, championship caliber, and going to where we want to go.
It helps that the next 3 out of the 4 are at Lambeau, because when they're on defense, Lambeau is loud. Hopefully he can feed off of that. Money well spent, Josh?
Yeah, I'd absolutely say so. Does it also not kind of seem like, and I know that some of those answers from Micah and that we've heard essentially since he's gotten here are, the PR approved good boy answers to questions.
Yeah, true.
But it definitely seems like there's a, yes, he got paid, but maybe a little, I was never really in it in Dallas. Too much, we were out of it too early mentality to where he is really dialed in at the idea of we're going to go for a championship.
Yeah,
I'm here to win a Super Bowl.
He does feel like he's in a different place, doesn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, it's not just about yep, I'm out there doing my thing and I'm going to keep doing it. It's the whole team, and we got to just keep looking forward. This was one, we got to keep going.
Josh, I have questions about the Dolphins offense.
What Dolphins offense?
Well, that's my part.
Okay.
Is it a quarterback problem in Miami? Because
yes.
if it is, and you said yes, sorry, I talked over you, then I have bad news. It's Wisconsin's fault.
Oh, no.
I believe the ghosts of quarterback past are affecting the Miami Dolphins right now.
The reason why I say it's a quarterback, and I'll let you get to that in a second. The reason why I say I think it is a quarterback is because the Ravens got their quarterback back, and then he threw 4 touchdown passes, and they took care of the Dolphins last night.
Yeah.
And so I think anytime you don't have your star quarterback in, and you don't have that elite quarterback, it's a quarterback problem. Period.
It is. It's no surprise right now that Wisconsin football is not where it needs to be, and there's a lot of people sticking up for Luke Fickell. I'm going somewhere with this. There's a lot of people sticking up for Luke Fickell because we lost a quarterback every year he's been here. We lost our quarterback, the star that's supposed to take it on, but the rest of the team is supposed to show up and play. Right? It's next man up mentality. So I don't know if I necessarily buy that, but that is what it is. Here's my question: if it's all about the quarterback, and there's a connection to Wisconsin football, specifically quarterbacks with the Miami Dolphins, I believe that there are ghosts of Wisconsin football past that are haunting the Miami Dolphins. Why?
Yeah.
Who is the Dolphins quarterback coach?
Oh, I don't. Who?
Darrell Bevel.
Okay.
So there's something in the water with Wisconsin football quarterbacks, because I'd like to think that that's irrelevant, but the universe is just too tricky sometimes.
Yeah.
It does not surprise me.
I still think it's, that only gets you so far. It's still just the position you have to have in the NFL. You have to have that type of talent at that position. That it's night and day difference, man. It's not like the NBA where you can just have Giannis out for a game and they can still beat the Warriors by 10.
But that's not a long-term solution either.
Sure.
I don't think the Bucks are beating every team by 10 with Giannis out. I think they had some amazing play from stars like Ryan Rollins last night, career night. Watch the Bucks game.
Yeah, you did. Attaboy. Yeah.
Yeah, Dolphins quarterback coach Darrell Bevel. I saw that. I knew that, but I just was comparing apples to apples last night from that game, and I'm like, oh, boy. That's not good. I also have questions about all of this streaming nonsense, but I'm going to hold that one because that is going to come out in a morning mind dump riff that I am not happy about. What am I paying for? Who am I all paying? What am I paying for? What is, since when does a kid, I'll save it.
Yeah. You're fired up. I like this. This is going to be good.
So annoying because I use that every single day for this job. And I wake up this morning, can't use that for this job today. Sure can't. Awful.
Nope.
If you want to join us on YouTube or Twitter, we are streaming live with video on both of those sites. It is youtube.com/@WI Sports Radio and Twitter @WI Sports Radio. My costume is back on. Join us there. When we come back, it's the most electrifying sound of the day. You are listening to the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. This is Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. Remember who to call if you're injured. I know. What's up, Wisconsin? Welcome back inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh, live from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. It is time for the most electrifying sound of the day.
It's time for
the most electrifying
sound of the day.
The most electrifying
on Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. Brought to you by Best Electric. Learn more at bestelect.com. Don't stress. Connect with the best.
Ryan Rollins for three. That's it! Nailed in the coffin. 32 points for Ryan Rollins.
Yeah, that might have seemed familiar, but it was absolutely the most electrifying sound of the day. Brought to you by our friends at Best Electric. Remember, no job is too big or too small for Best Electric. Don't stress. Connect with the best. Call them today or visit bestelect.com. In a shootout, essentially, I mean, the Bucks ended up winning by 10, but when you have Steph Curry on the floor, you got to be able to have someone that's going to be able to make a dagger three. And that,
nailed it.
I mean, Rollins just coming in huge. And, like, no one was even talking about this guy.
No.
Before the season. Right. And so now my whole thought is like, how legit is Ryan Rollins? Like how is this guy like a big deal?
I wonder if Giannis knew. I wonder if he saw something and was like, oh, we're going to be a problem. Didn't see this coming.
I did not expect to be talking about Rollins as much. I mean, he keeps like setting his own high. Like we're through 5 games and he's got career high 1 and career high 2. First 30-point game.
Lights out from 3-point land, though, too. He was 5 of 7 from 3 last night. The Bucks ended up making 19 3-pointers, 41%. And by the way, the lovely Warriors from Golden State turned it over 19 times. That helps, too. I think that's rare for them. That's rare for them. Ended up with 32 points, Ryan Rollins did, in a Bucks win 120-110 over the Warriors. All right, you were going to yell at me for not seeing anything in regards to your Halloween costume.
Yeah, so I'm, first of all, this is a pro tip to any dad out there that needs just a costume as all right, listen, like I'm a dad, my kids are going to dress up. Their interests change every year. I don't need to go spend $70 on a costume every year. You go as Indiana Jones. It's, you have some khakis, some brown shoes. You get, a tan button-up shirt, brown leather jacket, and the hat. Boom, you're good to go. And I like to add in some props, and so I have the cup from Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, where what am I supposed to spoil the movie for you? Where he literally he has to choose of this, on this altar of all these, or this table of all these different cups, which one would have been the cup of Christ, and the other guy chooses a big fancy cup and then he dies. And Indiana Jones goes with the simple cup, and then that ends up being correct. And that's when where the line, he chose poorly and you chose wisely, comes from. But more importantly than the fact that this is a great simple costume that all dads should just be aware of, you can also, cheers. You have a little, prop you can drink from. That doesn't hurt. But Trevor's never seen any Indiana Jones movie.
Yeah, sorry.
None of them. Yeah. And this makes way more sense now of why you were so against me being Indiana Jones today.
Well, I just thought it was easy. Like you just said, it's super easy.
It is super easy, but also you have no clue. You just
I don't.
Completely
most things. Just ask the talking text line.
You're oblivious.
Yeah. Nicolay Law fan talking text line tells me I have no clue every single day. 414-677-1250. 414-677-1250. The Nicolay Law fan talk and text line. Watch us on YouTube. Happy Halloween, Wisconsin. We got our costumes on as we speak. Indiana Jones is here. Russell Nicolay is here. We are off and running here on Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. The morning mind dump is going to be extensive after the top of the hour.
Yes.
And so too are the guests that are joining this show throughout the rest of the day. 2 hours of show left and change, and we have 3 guests coming up, including the head coach and national sports radio personality, Doug Gottlieb, joins us at 7:25. We have Luke Sampe, the chief meteorologist at Channel 5, the CBS affiliate here in Milwaukee, joining us at 8 o'clock. And then our guy, Andy Herman, will jump on at 8:20. Both of those dudes will talk Packers. A little bit of checking the weather, if you will, at the top of the 8 o'clock hour. That plays into the Packers playing at home the next 3 out of the 4 games. And I'm curious to know if he keeps some sort of tally about this in his little weather world.
He better.
About, the home field advantage and, what it looks like for the Packers today versus the way, I don't know, winter used to be in Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm.
People said online, oh, this is a perfect fall day for football at Lambeau Field. Has it always been this way? Has it always been in the 40s and 50s in the early parts of November? Because it could be snowing too, last I checked.
That's true. And I feel like a lot of people have kind of been sour on the Lambeau Field home field advantage element for the Packers in the last however many years.
It was a really, really big deal when we were growing up. Huge.
Right.
The Packers never lost at Lambeau Field.
Not anymore.
And not anymore. And I don't think it's been that way, to your point, for some time.
And so I'm just curious, like, does it really matter what if it's colder or the sun's out or like that used to be a huge thing that was talked about. It was, oh, good. It's going to be so cold in
Perfect.
November.
It's freezing.
These teams aren't going to be used to this. I don't know that it matters now. And I don't know why that changed, but it certainly seems like it has.
Wow. The Nicolay Law fan talking text line, not impressed. I've never seen Indiana Jones.
Yeah. Well,
it gets worse from there, people.
Yeah.
I'm not a big movie guy. Listen, if you don't have ADHD, I bet you love movies. I bet they're awesome. I bet they're amazing. There are a couple movies that I've been able to watch cover to cover, and I really enjoyed them. Turns out movies are kind of cool. The Green Mile. So I looked up yesterday.
Is that the last movie you saw?
No. Just it's top of mind for me because I've definitely watched that cover to cover. And as I was researching what to choose for a tall, bald, bearded man, what can I do for a Halloween costume? John Coffey popped up. Don't have the guns that dude did on his arms, so that wasn't going to work. But no, it reminded me that I've seen some movies. Relax. The Green Mile was great. Shawshank Redemption, amazing. Anyway, so that's about it.
That's it. That's your resume. That's the movie resume.
Bad Boys 2, really great movie.
Gosh, you know what the worst part is? There are a ton of movies I haven't seen.
Air Force One.
And I feel like I'm kicking the crap out of you in that department.
National Treasure.
Okay.
Not a lot of sports movies. I've seen Radio. You ever seen that movie?
Yes.
That's a great movie. One of my faves.
Yep.
All right, the Morning Mind Dump is coming up next. We are live on YouTube and Twitter. Come check out our Halloween costumes while I still have this sign up. Yeah. I am dressed as the billboard that is Nicolay Law. Injured? Get Nicolay. NicolayLaw.com. Russell Nicolay is in the house, and so too is Indiana Jones, and so too are you. The Morning Mind Dump is next. Get yours in. The Nicolay Law fan talking text line 414-677-1250. You are listening to the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook, inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. The Morning Mind Dump is next. Do we get pictures on this talking text line? If we do, somebody try to send in a picture of your Halloween costume.
Send them to our Twitter account.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I am an eternal optimist. So please, God, don't God that you're an eternal pessimist.
I like to say I'm a realist.
Oh, great. We're going to get along great. This is going to be great.
This is Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh.
Crowd is here.
Oh, boy. Everybody's confused. Marshall's still in his spot. The shot's wandered off of the base, and he's out. He thought it was ball 4. I think we all thought it was ball 4. But the home plate umpire, Mark Wegner, said strike 2, and so that was a live ball. But Shed is out, 1 away. I tell you what. I mean, it's a ball, and everybody knows it. And that's a late call on a 3-1 pitch up. And even the hitter didn't realize that he had made it because it was such a subtle call. That's a bad break for the Blue Jays and Bichette.
I'm just as confused as you are, Wisconsin. Josh is pulling some things out of his backside. Get to youtube.com/@WI Sports Radio right now. Or Twitter @WI Sports Radio. I don't care what you're doing. Are you driving? Pull over. Josh just changed his outfit here on Halloween, and you got to see it.
I don't know who this Josh guy is. My name's Mark. You just heard the highlight there of me. I called Game 3 behind the plate of the World Series there, and I was listening to this show, and I heard that you guys do this segment at the top of the hour, at the 7 o'clock hour, where people can get things off their chest.
Yeah.
And listen, I came in. I kicked.
Wait,
that.
Mark, we got some setup. Hold on, bud.
What?
Time out. First off, I didn't know you were coming in, so let me just set this up.
Okay.
So you can have the appropriate space to let us know what it is that you're talking about real quick. Hold on. Let's just tell everybody who we are. I'm Trevor Thomas. Josh Albrecht was my co-host. He's gone, apparently. Mark is filling in for him in just a moment. I'm confused. The Wisconsin Sports Radio Network, that's what you have on your radio. It's powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. You're listening to Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh, but Josh stepped away. Mark stepped in. Mark is an umpire, apparently. This is the Mark umpire from Game 3.
You don't even know who I am.
I don't. But we have to play this whole idea of the morning mind dump quick. Let's just intro this, and then I'm glad you stopped in. It appears you have some things to get off your chest. I was unaware you were coming. So let's play the thing. Time for the morning mind dump, and then we'll get to you, Mark. Okay, here we go.
They counsel me, they understand, they talk to me.
The coffee is kicked in. We're awake and ready to roll. Let's get some things off our chest and out of our heads.
You don't know what it's like to be me out here for you. It is an up at dawn, pride-swallowing siege that I will never fully tell you about, okay?
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
I'm in a glass case of emotion.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
We got no food. We got no jobs. Our pets' heads are falling off.
It's time for the Morning Mind Dump on Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh.
All right, time for the morning mind dump. The Nicolay Law Fan Talking text line is open, 414-677-1250. We are joined by a very special guest right now. Mark, thanks for coming on Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. Mark was the behind-the-plate umpire for Game 3 of the World Series. Is that right, Mark?
Yeah, the one that went 17 innings.
That's the one.
Everyone got mad at me because, and listen, my strike call was not late, as that highlight said it was. Okay, it was not my fault. It looked like a strike to me, and I'm here to get some stuff off my chest.
Good. You can take your face mask off if you'd like to, but go ahead and leave it on. Just for safety purposes,
That's
I understand.
Right. Yep.
Go ahead. All right.
All right, can I do this now? I don't know how this works.
We were all waiting for you. Yeah, go ahead.
The morning mind dump. Okay, apparently people call into your show and they do this and they get
Text
things
mostly,
off their chest. Okay. First of all, I really like your sign there. That's nice. You got a nice.
Thank you. Appreciate that. I'm dressed up as Russell Nicolay from Nicolay Law. I'm dressed up as the billboard. Josh wants me to hold this up the entire show. I'm doing my best, but I'm not gonna lie. I'm starting to shake.
Yeah, I don't know where that guy went. Listen, it is not easy to be a professional umpire in the major leagues. Okay. Yes, I'm going to miss a few. Do you have any idea in 17 innings what my overall accuracy was in that game? Do you have any idea?
I don't know who umped the 18th inning that night, but there was apparently it wasn't you. What was your accuracy?
96%. When was the last time you got 96% on anything? That's what I thought. Everyone wants to get on me. Now they're going after my job. I'm being replaced by technology. They're completely changing the game. I got 96% of my calls right in that game. And because one pitch was up, I called it a strike, and everyone wants to fire me and move to robots and technology, and it's crap. It's absolutely crap.
I'm glad you came because I was wondering how you all felt about going to this review system next year in Major League Baseball where the pitcher, the catcher, or the batter can instantly tap their helmet. Yeah. And I wonder, when you called that a strike, what went through your head when Dalton Varsho was like almost didn't believe what you just said, and then the guy on first was just standing there? What was going through your head?
How was that my fault? I made the call. You can go back. You can watch it. I called that a strike in plenty of time. He was walking away. That's not my fault. Get back in the batter's box. And then the runner standing in no man's land. That's supposed to be my fault too? Look, I'm doing my job, and I dare any one of your listeners to go and try to call a strike or a ball correctly when you have a ball coming at you at 102 miles per hour. It's not as easy as you all might think.
Apparently not. Well, I'm glad you got that off your chest. Is there anything else that you need to share with us, Mark, before you take off? I didn't know you were coming in, so sorry that I was a little surprised, but I'm glad you're here because that was a really important call in the World Series that you got right.
Thank you. Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, that was it. No, I appreciate your time. Thanks for letting me come on.
I'm glad you stopped
and do this mind dump thing. Great show.
If Josh fan. Is okay, welcome him back in. You didn't just throw him to the side or anything, did you?
He just walked out when he saw me, so I'll go try to find him.
That's because he's Indiana Jones today. Have you seen the movies?
Yeah, of course. Who hasn't seen the movies?
Yeah, apparently me. And a few others, by the way. The Nicolay Law Fan Talking text line, 414-677-1250. Somebody texted in and said, I'm with Trevor, never seen any Indiana Jones movies or Harry Potter or Star Wars or Lord of the Rings. None of them. He's seen all three Bad Boys. There's actually 4, I believe. And almost any Adam Sandler movie or the 80s and 90s cult classics. All of those multiple times. Me too. That's my spirit animal right there. Me too. All right, time for the morning mind dump, Mark. Thanks for yours. Here's mine. I'm annoyed. Why did we lose ESPN on YouTube TV overnight last night? I saw some of these messages come through that were saying, oh, you're going to lose your Disney channels. We're at it again with Disney. And I saw somebody earlier text in and say, boys, get DirecTV. I've had it for 3 years, XYZ, blah, blah, blah. DirecTV doesn't have FanDuel Sports, do they? DirecTV's missing something because I had DirecTV for years and punted because I wanted to go to something different that was easier to use. YouTube TV has been the greatest thing I've ever had in terms of any of these streaming services, which, by the way, how dumb are all of we? Let's cut the cord. This is our fault. We forced this upon ourselves. We all cut the cord, and now each of these individually keep telling us, well, then just come to us for our own streaming service. That is so annoying. And now I feel like my grandpa could have never figured all of this out. I had to go out to their house constantly and help them. How do I get the Brewers game, Trev? How do I get the Packers game, Trev? Today, I don't know anymore. I don't know. Last night, I opened up YouTube TV thinking I was going to go and watch Thursday Night Football. Not doing that. Forgot. Prime. Have a subscription to Prime. Oh, Monday nights. I want to watch wrestling. What's that on? Oh, it's Raw. That's the one. That's on Netflix. Boom. Got to have a subscription for that. Oh, all of the pay-per-views for WWE moved from Peacock to ESPN Premium. I don't even know what the hell it's called. Got it. Got to have that subscription now. Can't figure out how to log into the damn thing because I can never remember my password. And then when I type in a password, you can't use the same password again. But I had all of that fixed. I knew where I was. ESPN Premium, if I can get in there. Netflix and YouTube TV. Oh, FanDuel. Got to watch the Brewers. Got to have a subscription to that. Had one for the Peacock. Got rid of that because didn't see the purpose to have that anymore. I don't have HBO Max or whatever that is. I don't even know how many subscriptions I have anymore. But now I have to get rid of YouTube TV. Whoa. And then I have to go get an antenna, which, by the way, can't even get my local channel now. Channel 2 here in Northeast Wisconsin, where I live. Josh is down there in Milwaukee. If anybody in your neck of the woods or the rest of the state of Wisconsin wants to watch their local ABC affiliate, can't do that anymore because YouTube TV and Disney are fighting. Or what's the truth is the Google, who owns YouTube, and Disney, who is a giant company. Those two are fighting over money as if they don't have any.
Yeah.
And that is so dumb. I'm so over it. Josh, thanks for coming back.
Yeah, sorry about that. That was crazy, by the way.
You went to the bathroom, I thought, in the break, and then all of a sudden...
this guy that just came in, and he said, get out. And I was like, oh, hey, listen, I don't know. I'm not, no confrontation
I believe
here.
He said, you're out.
Yeah, I was like, where do I go? Do I go to the pen? What do I do? No, happy to be back, and I understand exactly what you're talking about. And I don't see how this problem with viewing sports gets any better, how it gets fixed, because we are a household that stupidly still pays for, like, we have cable. Like we have not just streaming, not just YouTube, like we pay for cable, and that allows you to then like log in to all the apps to watch stuff on TV, unless it goes to an exclusive streaming only app, which is what's happened with those WWE pay-per-views.
Right.
It's like, it doesn't matter if you pay to get ESPN or you have ESPN Plus. Now there's another ESPN thing. And it's just, there's always something new. There's always something, new deals being inked for everyone to make more money from the consumer. And I don't know when's the breaking point? And what does that mean?
I'm there.
Does it
I'm
really?
There.
But are you? This is my thing. Like, are you really to the point to where you're going to say, nope, YouTube TV, you ruined it. Like, now I'm never watching another, whatever.
No. I have to figure out. So we might be there for me, because I had said to my family a week or two ago, before all of this even hit the news, I was wondering if we still needed YouTube TV. And the only reason we do is for SmackDown on Friday night on USA. But I'm sure they have their own subscription plan too.
Because of Disney, ESPN no longer being on YouTube TV.
But I believe ESPN gives me the premium channels. Can't I go watch SportsCenter live on ESPN Premium?
I would hope so. I have no idea though. That's my point, is that, and the worst part is that this was kind of us. We complained.
We did it. We did this to ourselves.
We said we used to pay one price and get like 2,000 channels.
And it was less than what we're paying now.
You remember that? And we were like, why? I don't need 2,000 channels. And they were like, perfect. You don't need it. You just pay us $10 a month and we'll give you the stuff we need. And went, ooh, that's way better. And that led us to this, which makes it really hard to be a sports fan. Absolutely.
Yep. It's stupid. I'm annoyed. I'll figure it out. Hey, T Squared is back.
There he is.
There he is.
Trevor's
Welcome
troll.
in.
Good morning.
Trevor's troll is here. He says on the Nicolay Law Fan Talking text line, all right, just go watch WGN.
Yeah, why don't you just go watch WGN then?
I don't even know how to get WGN anymore.
YouTube TV, I think.
I don't think so.
That's why you got to keep YouTube TV.
That tells me how long it's been since I've watched WGN. I was a child.
Yeah.
And I had cable.
Cubs aren't even on. Are they on? Cubs still do stuff with WGN? I don't know.
Are they playing replays? Is that even I don't know. What's the Marquee Sports Network? Don't even know.
Yeah, no clue.
A lot of people like the Dish, the DirecTV. Apparently that does have FanDuel and MLB. But I feel like it was missing something else. And I was annoyed by maybe how slow it was, or the app was clunky. Maybe that's gotten better. I don't know.
Well, DirecTV, though, is like, if you have Spectrum, like it's it's essentially cable-esque. Like you're going back. You're not just paying individual streaming services.
Say that again?
We have AT&T Uverse, which is like AT&T owns DirecTV, I believe. And so it's all the same thing. But like, if you get DirecTV,
you have FanDuel?
Yeah, I do.
You missing anything other than the PLEs for the WWE on ESPN Premium Plus Niner?
Definitely missing those. I don't get like the Super NFL package where you can watch all NFL games or more than just your local games. But I get ESPN. I have ESPN. I have FanDuel. Yeah, I'm okay for now, for this month, until someone else starts fighting.
There's a couple people that have texted in. The Nicolay Law Fan Talking text line, 414-677-1250. GIF, if you're listening, text me, please. Is this what you have? People said here that we need to get the VC box. Every channel, every sporting event, everything. Walmart and Amazon sell them. All you need is Wi-Fi. What is that?
Yeah, I've heard of these. These things never they're like all these other. There's always someone that goes, "Oh, I use this what seems to be sketchy system," and then that fades away.
Can you record on these VC boxes? Because I don't have the ability to watch everything live all the time, always. Yeah, I don't even know what this is. A VC box, Elemental P. See, this is just. I don't get it. And the only reason I had YouTube TV was to watch ESPN and Channel 2. That's it. And USA. That's it. And now I don't have that.
Yeah.
And I don't know what to do. I use it for the job, bro. Like I know
you record audio.
I literally record audio from the games I'm watching live, and I rewind it. And the Packers, I literally record and use audio from the TV on this very radio show every single Monday, because I go to YouTube TV and I record it and I can rewind and I text Josh, got that one, don't have this one, look for this one.
Mm-hmm. All right, maybe Doug Gottlieb can tell you what he uses,
Jeez, all of them. I guarantee we'll ask him. Doug Gottlieb is coming up next. I will ask him, hey, DG, how many streaming services do you have? And I would be shocked if his answer isn't all of them.
I mean,
all of them.
But that's my thing. It's so hard to even keep track.
I don't even know what all of them is anymore.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Who knows? It's way too all over the place.
A buddy of mine does stand-up comedy, and he's often at the Comedy Cellar in New York. Pete Lee is his name. He's from Wisconsin. And they stream every once in a while the stand-up on like a Thursday night from the Comedy Cellar, and you had to get this subscription to this thing, and he did it once, and so my wife and I bought the subscription to watch him on that, and he has not been back since. And I give him crap every single time I talk to him. I'm like, bro, I paid $50 to watch you once, and I have an annual subscription to something I'm never going to even open. And that's when they get you. Oh, yeah, Hulu. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Disney Plus. Disney Plus. Got that one.
Yeah.
Do you have that one?
I have kids. Of course.
So you have to. See, that's my point. Ugh. And how annoying that we all owned all the VHSs of all the Disney movies forever and ever. And then DVDs come out. Blu-ray. And this is a limited time release. Kidding. Here's all the movies ever on Disney Plus for streaming. Have a great time. That'll be more than $1.25, bub.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jeez. All right. There's the morning mind dump. So nice.
Do you feel any better?
I still have questions. I know that's not that segment anymore.
No, we're way past that.
Up next, Doug Gottlieb joins us on Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. UWGB men's head basketball coach. They had their last game in their preseason, and now, hope they're ready. Off to Kansas. GB goes. Could be interesting. We'll talk a little Horizon League here in Wisconsin. Obviously, UW Milwaukee and UW Green Bay have quite the rivalry. We'll cover that and more. You are listening to the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. It's Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. Stay here. What's up, Wisconsin? Welcome back inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh live from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Trevor Thomas, Josh Albrecht, or Indiana Jones and Russell Nicolay. You decide. We're live on YouTube, youtube.com/@WI Sports Radio. We're also live on the Twitter @WI Sports Radio. Joining us now, not in a Halloween costume, unless he's dressed like Doug Gottlieb. Doug Gottlieb, the head coach of UWGB men's basketball. Come on, God. It's DG. It's Halloween, bud.
I'm a grown-up, and my kids are – I have 2 in college, and I got a son in high school that doesn't live with me. So, I mean, forgive me, Trevor. I mean, I just –
It's our excuse.
Wasn't up my – it's a great idea, but I like, well, okay, so I'm dressed as a basketball coach. I don't know.
There you go.
And you're what? Maybe which one is the?
I got the quarter zip. I got the quarter zip working. That's like
there you go.
It's replaced all these suits. There's all these tailors of fine haberdashery. They're going penniless here in college basketball world because no one outside of Rick Pitino wears a suit anymore.
Doug Gottlieb, head coach of the University of Wisconsin Green Bay men's basketball team, the Horizon League, and a big, big rival of UW Milwaukee. Doug, we're statewide on the all-new Wisconsin Sports Radio Network, and you are on our guest hotline, powered by Gruber Law. One call. That's all. All right, man. So the last preseason game, if that's what they call it, in college basketball was last night. Hope you're ready. Kansas is next. So tell us what we need to know about your team this year.
We have 10 new players, and Matt, I mean, where do you want to start?
Well,
what do you want to start? Hey, hold on here. First of all, I missed you last night.
I know, man. I'm sorry.
I missed you last night.
I missed being there. Let me just bring everybody up to speed on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network. I was the public address announcer for 7 seasons for the University of Wisconsin Green Bay men's basketball team. And at the end of the day, GB decided to go in a different direction based on some service agreement stuff. And that's okay. It is what it is. We couldn't quite come to an understanding on a new document that I had to sign outside of the handshake deal I had in the past. No hard feelings. I will be there as a member of the media.
Ooh.
But that just means I get.
Why did you do media? Why the fingers with the media?
I don't like being a part of the media because
why? Hold on. Whoa, stop.
Oh,
why?
Here we go.
Don't be that guy. Be like, the media. Well, I'm not in the media. You're in the media. You host a radio show that's on YouTube, and on YouTube.
Yeah, but we dress up for Halloween. We don't,
Lots of people in the media. Lots of people in the media dress up for Halloween. I dressed up for Halloween, and I'm in.
Quarter zip, nailed it. Yeah. For me, Doug, and for Josh too, if I can speak for both of us, it's about fandom for us. This morning show on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network, view this as fans, and so the media has to be impartial. Right?
No,
we are not.
No,
I thought they did. Wasn't that a rule?
No, you only have to be impartial if you purport yourself as impartial. You don't have to be anything other than you like. Don't. And this is like we do this on my podcast, the Doug Gottlieb Show, which you can download wherever you download podcasts. Anyway,
ding, ding.
Which is we run Stephen A over the coals because Stephen A likes to report himself as a journalist. Okay, but then he doesn't follow the basic journalistic procedures of it. Like, if you're going to be an opinionist or you're going to be a fan and you're going to be in the media, that's fine. Just say, I'm a fan, I'm in the media. Hey, look, man. Okay, but then that kind of recuses you from certain ways of reporting. That's fine. I mean, okay, but I don't think that means you can't be in the media. It's way better than these phonies that want to act like they're neutral and yet. And it's even in sports, they'll lean towards their conference, they'll lean towards their school. Everything becomes that slant. So I don't think that means you can't be a member of the media just because you guys are fans of all Wisconsin sports.
That's good. All right, we'll take that. And I'm a fan of yours. I'm a fan of GB's. This is no secret. So how are we rebounding from last year, Doug? 4-28. And for those that don't know, I would say, and so would others, that this truly is your first full year as head coach at GB, because you didn't get the full offseason that, let's be honest, you have to be successful in college athletics.
Well, there was that. And there's more to the timing of getting a job than just getting it late. And I'll get to that in a second. But again, you go with the fact that the job had turned over the year before. So you have this you have all this transition. We had 5 players in the roster when I got the gig. We were on academic probation from several years ago. And we're in this new era where people had money, and last year we didn't. And then our leading scorer broke his ankle. He's leading the country in scoring in 10 games, and he breaks his ankle. Outside of that, Mrs. Lincoln, how was the show? But it was, honestly, it was a great learning experience for me. And then when I say learning experience, not just in coaching and recruiting and evaluating, putting together staff, but also to help me understand and appreciate Green Bay and the Fox River Valley, in that, like, we weren't very good, but they all appreciated and showed up for the fact that the kids played really hard. So how are we different? Well, again, remember last year, as you said, you didn't have full off season, but it's more to it than that, right? Like, when you're building a whole new team, and that's what most of us are doing. Now, we did bring 6 back, 5 scholarship players, and they're all expected to play a good deal this year. But when you're building a whole new team, you have to have a theme, if you will, an identity. And when you're late, and the only thing left is guys with a bunch of marks on their personal record, or they're really, really young and inexperienced. For the most part, we sided with the young because we just didn't feel like we could take too many chances. And the chances we did take, one of them, Anthony Roy, hit. A couple of the other ones missed. And then when you're on APR probation, you can't have guys leave. You can't get rid of them. You have to kind of cajole them into a softer transition. Otherwise, it hurts you for years to come. But those aren't problems that anybody else cares about. What they care about is, like you said, all right, so what'd you do to fix it? We revamped the staff. I've been around basketball my whole life. I've coached basketball my entire life, but I've coached Division I basketball for 1 year. And so I hired 2 veteran experienced coaches. One who, Kerry Rupp, was a coach in this league. A couple years ago, he's been a head coach at Louisiana Tech. He was a Rick Majerus assistant after being a stellar high school coach. So he's done it all as Kerry Rupp. He's running my offense. And then Andy Ground is running my defense. He was my high school coach, became a big-time junior college coach in California. I just basically bought 90 years of college coaching experience.
That helps.
And then I hired Keel Gans, who was a manager here and then went to St. Norbert, went to Southern Indiana, was an assistant at Northern Michigan. And so I kind of bought his book, if you will, in terms of recruiting, because state of Wisconsin is super important. So it's more strategic in our planning with our staff, where I have experience helping with the actual coaching and teaching. Jerry Smith is full-time on staff now. For people in Milwaukee who may remember, he was at Wauwatosa East, all-time leading scorer. Played Louisville for 4 years, played professionally. Last year he was like part-time with us. Now he's full-time. So we feel like we're gonna go hard after Milwaukee, hard after the rest of the state. And when we say we recruit Wisconsin and you see them go somewhere else, that's not always a bad thing for us. Sometimes the guy goes above us, a higher level, and then they realize that it's better to come home where you can play bigger minutes and be a star, maybe in your hometown. And then some guys go below our level, or to other Division I schools, or they go to D2 or D3. That's okay. WEAC's great level of basketball. D2, as we learned the hard way, really good level of basketball. And then if you want to transfer back up when you develop, because it's hard to play younger players. And then what we've done with the roster, Trevor, is we went from youngest roster in the country to probably the oldest.
Dude's 29. 29.
Yeah. Well, it was buried behind the fact that Ramel Bethea, we'll get to his story, is 29. Josh Hines, who played really well last night, he's 24. Let's see, Rob Stroud is 23. Preston Rudinger is 23. Yeah, we just like when you sit there and you watch your team just get pummeled by older guys, like you can either sit there and go like, yeah, this sucks. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that for 33 more nights, right? So I decided, okay, so we recruited based upon toughness, competitiveness, character. And yeah, if you're older, fine. Great. So we got older, tougher, and I think better coached all in a short period of time.
Doug, Josh Ulrich, nice to meet you, by the way.
Hey, Josh.
So my question for you based on that is, so we're seeing in University of Wisconsin Badger football, kind of they have money more than UWGB, you would assume, but they're having problems recruiting at that level, and they're going through well, what should we do with Luke Fickell? If we get rid of Fickell, it's going to cost money to buy him out. And then wouldn't that be money that we could have put towards recruiting players? It's such a different just world that we live in now with college sports at your level and with the program that you're trying to do, seeing what's happening, not just in basketball, in all of college athletics. How do you approach recruiting in regards to NIL deals and all of this against the big boys?
Well, we're not going to be anybody's highest bidder. We're just not. And the decision, Josh, you got to make is, okay, are we going to go after one or two players and, get well into six figures for them? Or are we going to try and build an entire roster? And we chose to build an entire roster. Let me quickly give you my thoughts on Wisconsin football, because we never talk about it on my show, and everybody talks about it around here. And I got to tell you, I think the more I hear people around here talk about it, the less I realize people actually know or they understand. I don't know Luke Fickell. I'm not in the bag for Luke Fickell. I can tell you that he's in that terrible spot in between something really good and really bad. First thing that happened to him is his quarterback got hurt again, right? Like every year they whip out some quarterback that's supposed to save the world, and he gets hurt. Same thing happened, by the way, at my alma mater. What's not reported at Oklahoma State is, they hired an offense coordinator and a quarterback from TCU, and then 3 series in, the kid gets hurt. And you're like, wow, they suck at quarterback. Like, yeah, the guy that they paid a bunch, like this is what happened to me last year. Like, yeah, we couldn't score. Yeah, I had 30 points a game, the best player in the league, one of the best players in the country sitting there, and he couldn't play because he broke his ankle. Like, duh. And oh yeah, by the way, that was 1/3 of my money. So, that's what happens, you idiots. So the first thing is you have to make a decision. Okay. I do think there's the bigger decision with Wisconsin. And my guess is if they hang on to him, it's because, hey, let's just save money for a year and then try and go through it one more year. And then the buyout goes down next year and load up, and the next guy gets all the riches, right? And that sucks for Coach Fickell. Maybe he can make it work. I don't know what his budget is in comparison to the rest of the league. I mean, look, Cignetti's a hell of a coach, but they spent more money than anybody outside Ohio State, and they got really good overnight. What do you think happened? This is not rocket science. Right? Yeah. Now but the other part to it, okay, is there's two things. Obviously, Wisconsin has departed from the ground and pound style that made them unique. I do think you have to be unique in your recruiting, in that you have to differentiate. What differentiates Wisconsin from any other team in the Big Ten? That's the question, right? Because it still is, you still do recruit. Now, when I say that, it's because what is your style, and then can you recruit to that style, and can your staff find the guys, shake the bushes, the FBS guys as well. I mean, they should be heavy into North Dakota State, all those schools. You got to recruit the hell out of them. And you got to hit on the quarterback, but you got to have an identity of who you are. You can't just go into the portal going, ooh, that looks good. Ooh, that looks good. Ooh, that looks good. Imagine, here's what the portal is. Imagine if you got $150 and you walk through a grocery store and with no idea of what you're going to make that night, right? You'll come home, you have like a beautiful steak. You'll have this oranges that are perfect. You got these apples that are perfect. You got this great wine, right?
And
none of it goes together. You're like, well, that's why you don't shop when you're hungry. You're like, damn, what did I get? And you kind of make it work out, but it's not a meal, right? The schools that had the plan, they built it up over time. They have, again, I'll give credit to Bart at Milwaukee. Bart has a style. They play fast, they play hard, and then they just throw it off the rim and go get it. It's not the prettiest, but it's been really effective. And he's done it with recruiting guys, tougher branded dudes, a lot of JUCO dudes from the South. That's where he's connected. And they do a good job, right? Because he's been doing it long enough. This is how he wants to play. This is how he wants to recruit. Some years they're better than others. And when you depart from that, or when you bring in a new staff, or you're now in the portal and you get a little bit of money and you're like, oh, I could buy that. Oh, I could buy that. Yeah, but that doesn't fit here. So for Wisconsin, if it's Luke Fickell or it's the next coach, you have to establish that identity. You have to recruit to that identity. You have to develop to that identity. And then, oh yeah, by the way, you got to decide where am I spending my money, right? Where am I spending my money? And just, if you say, well, our offensive linemen aren't as good as they used to be. Yeah, because they're really expensive. Because college coaches aren't idiots. They pay money for the positions that are most important. So do I pay $2-3 million for an elite quarterback, but then do I not have enough money to have an elite offensive line? These are real problems.
Yeah.
So there's no real salary cap for everybody, but you have a salary cap. I have one. And if I have to rob Peter to pay Paul, right? In order to make my budget work, I had to cut the analytics company we work with. And they're like, hey, well, Robert Morris went all in with us. That's great. Robert Morris has 3 times the money that I have. I don't have that. So I got to use that to pay players, let alone pay my staff. So I think you have to decide, all right, what's our identity? What are we going to recruit to? And how do we want to spend our money and protect ourselves against a quarterback injury? Or do we roll the dice and go, hey, the kid's so good, we'll spend all our money in one place?
DG, we got time for one more. You are a radio guy. We're up against a break in 3 minutes. So tell Wisconsin why we should pay attention to the Horizon League, GB in Milwaukee. We got the Badgers. We understand. We got Marquette. We understand. Why the Horizon League here in Wisconsin?
Well, I think the easiest answer is look where all the Horizon League players are playing this year, right? 23 of the top 25 returning scorers have elevated to a different league, so yeah, we're kind of the G League for the Power Four. It's really good basketball. This is a very, very good level. It's very physical. And then we have a bunch of unique different styles, but I don't care about the rest of the league. You should watch us in Milwaukee, right? Mm-hmm. Bart's doing a hell of a job and we're in the chase. And I think for us, we have a bunch of unique stories. You mentioned Ramel Bethea, 29 years old, never played basketball until 3.5 years ago. But he's 6'9" with a 7'4" wingspan. And the guy, if I don't know what's up with the flies here. I live on the lake, but he's the ultimate fly swatter. It's unbelievable his timing. Marcus Hall's a homegrown kid from Schofield, and he's preseason all league. Kid's a stud in every sort of way. So for us, we just want you to watch what we're building. We're going to build a long-term winner, sustainable winner here in Green Bay, and we feel like we got the best setup in the league because matter. And in so many of the other teams in the league, it doesn't matter. It matters to Green Bay. And that's the challenge to Milwaukee. Milwaukee's got to matter to the city more so than just Marquette and just the Bucks. And I think Bart's built a very good program that deserves the fan base. We're going to build one here. We're going to be a monster. It's just going to take some time, and we'll get it right.
And it's an awesome rivalry. I've been a part of it for a while, and I'll continue to be, apparently, as a member of the media. Is that better? The yay media.
There you go. Don't have to do yay media, but this is what we do. It's not just you, Trevor. It's everybody does this. The media. Hey, dude, if you have a microphone in front of your face and it's getting broadcast nationally, technically you're media, bro.
Bad news. You're the media. Yeah, it is what it is. Doug Gottlieb, the head coach of GB men's basketball. Love you, buddy. Thanks for coming on. Good to see you. Hey, Happy New Year.
Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday. Happy New Year. A fresh start, baby. Here we go. Doug Gottlieb, GB men's basketball. We appreciate you jumping on. The Wisconsin Sports Radio Network guest hotline powered by Gruber Law. One call. That's all. The Milwaukee Panther GB Phoenix rivalry is as good in the state of Wisconsin as anything you will come across.
It's very true.
If you've never been to a GB Milwaukee game, get there. If it's here in Green Bay where I live, or if it's there at Panther Arena where Josh lives, be a part of something that's growing in Wisconsin, that's creating players that we want to move on. That's the whole point of the Horizon League now, based on this new idea of college athletics. We want these guys to leave. That means we did them well. They're good players. They deserve to be at another level. Hard for a lot of people to understand. All right, we'll wrap this and come back real soon. Stay here. The Wisconsin Sports Radio Network, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. I have questions. That's a little bit of a carryover. I know about candy, Halloween candy, and what are the top 4 that I can't live without. Josh will share his too. Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. Good morning. What's up, Wisconsin? Welcome back inside Wisconsin Sports. Trevor Thomas, Josh Albrecht, Indiana Jones, Russell Nicolay. Hi, how are you? Happy Halloween.
Hi.
The Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. All right, Josh, I need to know. It's Friday's Final Four.
Yeah.
And it's the Halloween candy edition. We're going to try to do something different every single Friday in this segment when we have more than 3.5 minutes, but we're going to jam it in. What are your top 4 Halloween candies that you cannot live without? Meaning you can only eat these 4 for the rest of your life. Lay them on me. Start with number 4.
Yeah, so this is actually difficult because I'm very used to doing top 3s. And so getting to add one, I was like, oh, man. And so the 4th one was actually the hardest one for me, but I'm going to go Snickers. Snickers is what I'm going with number 4. Yeah.
My number 4, caramellos.
Okay.
I'll take the full-size caramello. I can, if you only got 2 squares, I'm in. Whatever it works, chocolate and caramel, I'm in.
My number 3 are the purple Skittles, the wild berry Skittles. Don't give me the original ones. Purple.
I'm an OG Skittle.
Oh, could eat those forever.
Number 3 for me, Hershey's bars, because I love s'mores, and you can't have a s'more without a Hershey bar.
That's actually false information.
But we'll don't you dare put a Reese's peanut butter cup in there, I swear.
Talk about that in a minute. Okay. Number 2 for me, Nerds Rope Clusters. Have you had these?
Oh, yes. They're so crazy good.
Oh, my. Listen.
I blame Charlene and Robbie and Trempolo. They introduced us to those. They come in a box, right? The nerd clusters.
Well, they're all over.
Mother.
What happened is that at some point, someone took nerds and they put them on a licorice rope. And they were like, oh, this is great. And then someone went, it'd be even better if you chop this up into bite-sized pieces.
and then they glue them together.
And then the Nerds Rope Clusters were created, and it so quickly moved up the list of my favorite candies.
Number 2 for me, and I know this isn't a popular one, but I'm an Almond Joy guy.
Wow, yeah. See,
I love coconut and chocolate, and why not throw an almond in there?
The only people worse than Almond Joy people are Mounds people.
I was close on that one. I just chose Almond Joys because why not take the almond when you can?
Yeah, dark chocolate and coconut.
Love it. Love it. So good. Number
worst. 1? My number 1 is Reese's, but hold on. Since you said Halloween edition, Reese's Pumpkins, not the Reese's Cup. I like a little bit more peanut butter than chocolate in my combo there. So give me the Reese's, move my camera. Reese's Pumpkin is number 1.
My number 1, literally my kids, for as long as they've been alive and trick-or-treating, have never once had a Heath bar out of their Halloween stash because I take all of them.
A dad tax.
A dad tax.
That's
exactly what we call it.
It's a real thing.
Yeah.
Jordy, my 9-year-old, has been learning about the dad tax for years. And this year when we went trick-or-treating, it was trick-or-treat number 2, there was a dad walking around with a shirt that said dad tax with the definition of it. I literally stopped him and said, Jordy, look at his shirt. Look at his shirt. See, it's not me. It's a real thing.
We don't order any ice cream that goes through my hand or Amanda's hands without the dad or the mom tax.
Yep.
The boys have never had a Heath bar, and they never will because I take them all. They always have. I always will. And when I get a Blizzard or a concrete mixer, it is Heath and Heath, please, and have a great day. Me and the toffee, big friends. That's Friday's Final Four. We'll do it again next week. Happy Halloween. Check out our costumes, youtube.com/@WI Sports Radio or live on Twitter @WI Sports Radio. When we come back, we check in with Luke Sampe. What's the weather like in Green Bay this weekend for Panthers at Lambeau Field? It's Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. I am an eternal optimist. So please, God, don't tell me that you're an eternal pessimist.
I like to say I'm a realist.
Oh, it's great. We're going to get along great. This is going to be great.
This is Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh.
Ryan Rollins for threes.
32 points for Ryan Rollins. How sweet it is to come out here and play the way this team has played. Forget about a moral victory. Let's bring it on home, baby.
Forget about it. Giannis? Who? Okay, I don't mean that.
Yeah, I was going to say, what? No.
But they got it done last night.
Giannis forever.
Giannis forever is right. Bucks win by 10 against the Warriors without Giannis. What's up, Wisconsin? Welcome in Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh, live from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Trevor Thomas, Josh Albrecht, Indiana Jones, and Russell Nicolay. Happy Halloween. If you want to join us on YouTube, you can. YouTube.com/@WI Sports Radio. And you can also see us live on Twitter as well. It's @WI Sports Radio. The Nicolay Law Fan Talk and Text Line, 414-677-1250. You'll see us in our Halloween costumes.
She will.
Josh is Indiana Jones, and I am the Nicolay Law billboard.
The billboard specifically.
And I have a beard, and I have sunglasses. Thank you to Amanda for making this lovely costume. All right. Can't hold it up. Not going to do it anymore. Joining us now.
Drop.
On the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network guest hotline, powered by Gruber Law, one call. That's all. My guy, Luke Sampe, the chief meteorologist at Channel 5 WFRV in Green Bay, but also he's an alum from WISN Channel 12 in Milwaukee and Rhinelander. Like, you've only done weather in the state of Wisconsin, Luke. Is that right?
Basically east of Highway 51. Yeah.
That's it. You've got that nailed down pretty well.
I don't know.
You also like spitting hot takes on Twitter too. You left that out of your bio, but
what do you mean? What do you mean hot takes?
Oh, listen. There are a lot of meteorologists in the state. Not many of them will go after other people on Twitter for their sports takes, quite like Luke Sampe. I see you out there.
I'm a homer. If you want to talk smack about a legit NFL team in Wisconsin or a legit NBA team in Wisconsin, then we're going to have to at least correct it.
That's what it says here. A father, husband, and Met. It's at Luke Sampe. This is his personal Twitter account. And I don't just stick to weather. Wisconsin Homer sports take only.
Well, the reason why that's in there, I don't just stick to weather, is because it's true. Right? I mean, are you just a radio guy? Do you just have that as your interest? No, we all have interests, and I'm a big homer. I love Wisconsin sports. But the reason why I put that in the bio is because that's the number one retort from the Twitter lovelies out there when they don't like what they see in terms of, like, especially Chicago fans, Minnesota fans, Detroit fans. Why don't you stick to weather or, of that ilk? And I don't. And I don't think any of us should just stick to our job, because that's just our job, right?
It's a job. I agree, Luke. All right, speaking of your job, let's talk about the weather. Listen, I'm a closet meteorologist. I love checking the weather. Help me understand what the weather's like for Lambeau Field on Sunday. It looks like a gorgeous fall day for football.
Yeah, well, pretty much just look out your window at your studio right now. This is what you're going to see Sunday morning. The difference will be, it'll be windier. It's going to be a windier stretch on Sunday. That could maybe have an impact. I mean, sometimes you get a little swirly action happening inside the bowl. But, with this being a southwest wind, probably a little bit less of swirl, but just pure wind, blowing right over the top of the stadium. So we're going to have southwest winds at about 15 to 30 miles an hour. That is going to be the biggest change between the weather you're seeing right now and when we get to Sunday morning. Looks like 45 for the tailgate, about 49 at kickoff. It should be fairly cloudy. We're not expecting rain. And that southwest wind is going to be probably an issue, not only for your tailgate, but maybe for our kicker, who's kind of coming back from something.
good. Oh, I don't need that. That's not good. And
yeah, it's true.
We heard LaFleur yesterday say that he doesn't necessarily check in with the kicker on the regular. It's for them to kind of figure it out. But
what does he
did
do?
not look like
just delegate that to Rich? Is it like a pass-through conversation?
Let me
like
know.
Rich has to report back weekly or something?
Funny. Hey, hot take. Daylight savings time sucks.
Well, hold on a second. I'm going to correct you right there. We're in daylight saving time right now. Right now. We're going back to daylight time. Now, if you're not liking this time change, you're actually going to say, I don't like standard time.
That doesn't hit the same at all.
Okay.
Saying I hate standard time does not hit like saying I hate daylight savings time.
I know. So what we're going to on Sunday morning is where we not should be, but that's the time overlords, whoever decides that, which I'd like to know where that's done. That's it. That's where we should be. We spring ahead to daylight time, obviously in spring. And that shifts that hour toward the end of the day in terms of daylight.
So this is a very difficult time change for yours truly because 4 a.m. is already difficult enough. But let's go ahead and mess with the clock to try to get up on.
Yeah.
My friend, just wait till spring.
Yeah, that's
wait till
stupid.
spring.
That's my point.
Yeah, wait till
what
spring.
part of life shouldn't live in a standard position? And there's a lot of people, and even legislation, which we're not going to talk about on this show, that says they want to stay in daylight savings time like we are right now. Is that what they're trying to push through?
Well, yeah, that's all fine and dandy for us folks that live in the central to eastern portion of the time zone. But the central time zone goes all the way out to western North Dakota. Do you know what their sunrise would be if we didn't go back to standard time in winter? It would be like darn near 10 o'clock in the morning.
Jeez,
you? I mean, you might as well be in Alaska.
Yeah, but I don't like it.
I don't either.
I don't like it. I'm
mess
going to
with my
complain about
sleep.
it.
Mess with my sleep.
I know. Well, this is the weekend, Trevor. You get an extra hour, and I'm sure with Halloween festivities happening, I'm sure you're going to need it.
Wow, well, great, because that's what Wisconsin needs, another hour to drink. That was my favorite thing when I was in my early 20s. On this particular Saturday night, the clock would hit 2, and boom, baby, the lights would flick on and then turn back off. It's 1 a.m. Let's go.
It's like you entered the twilight zone, and you just get another hour. You get one more hour to do it either the right way or the wrong way. You decide.
Stamper, a couple more minutes with you. Luke Stampy, the chief meteorologist at Channel 5 here in Green Bay, and he was at WISN 12 there in Milwaukee as well. He joins us on the guest hotline powered by Gruber Law. One call, that's all. Give me a homer hot take as we let you go, Samp, about where the Packers are at. Andy Herman's coming on next from the Pack-A-Day podcast. For all intents and purposes, there's a lot of conversation about some sort of trap game. I don't think it is, but I do have a question about it. What do you think is going to happen this weekend?
I hope that they got slapped in the face hard enough to that loss. What was that in Cleveland?
Yeah.
Right. I hope that sting is still there and this isn't a trap game. And what I like is we're basically halfway through the season. They're sitting in the number 1 position in the NFC. And I really don't think this team is quite clicking. I think they're clicking. I think last weekend in the second half, you kind of saw that. But my hot take is I think the Packers are going to continue to gel. And this is only going to get better as we go through the second half, barring no injuries. Like our kicker can't be missing 2 kicks. That just can't happen. But yeah, no, I think if everybody stays healthy, that's always the underlying condition. I think we're going to be just fine. That's not even a hot take. That's not even a hot take.
No, you're right. It's a pretty lukewarm take.
Oh, God.
You are. Josh, you are just phenomenally hilarious.
Thank you. I am so good. Luke, I wanted to ask you, we talked about this a little bit earlier on the show about it used to be that when the weather got colder at Lambeau, it was a huge advantage for the Packers. It was something that people were paying attention to the weather, not for themselves, but for the team and going, oh yeah, all right, I'll be cold. But the colder it is, the better there is a chance that the Packers are going to come away with a victory. And it certainly hasn't felt like that is a thing anymore.
No.
But Trevor brought it up earlier on the show of it's going to be a nice fall day this Sunday. It's not going to be one where the weather is going to play a huge factor in the game. But as we get colder, are we right in that assessment that whole idea of needing to check the weather for the team and not for what to wear has kind of gone away?
I think so. I mean, it really started in the Rodgers era. In the Brett Favre era, that was a lock. I can't remember, what the streak was, but they'd won an incredibly amount of games under 32. And then is it because we get these kids out of California as our QB, which I'm not knocking that, but is it that they're just not acclimated to the cold? It's not like Brett was. He grew up in Southern Louisiana, right? Or Mississippi, wherever. But Brett just had that toughness about him, it seemed. He was he was built different, obviously. And, Aaron and Jordan, they're California kids. Who knows? I mean, maybe that has something to do with it. Or the league is just getting more and more, acclimated to the weather. They're maybe training and practicing in better conditions. I don't know.
Are you going to the game, Luke?
No, I am not. The next game I'm going to be able to go to is the Minnesota game. So we split a green package with a good family friend, and I get 3 games a year. And the way that's lining up is I got the home opener and then one in the middle, which is the Vikings game. And then I get one on my birthday or the day after, because the schedule is in December 27th or 8th. And those are the games. It's hard to believe we got 52 days in between home games. That I don't like that in the beginning part of the season, but they weathered it. They're number 1 in the NFC, so I guess it doesn't really matter what I think.
Weathered it.
Here we go again.
Look at you.
You're gonna pick up on my dry humor here, Josh, real quick.
Oh yeah,
Josh,
get it?
Drier than the grass in July.
Here we go. God, you guys are terrible.
Hey, by the way, even though Halloween ends, this weekend, you could probably pull off that hat just as a normal attire thing.
True. Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
You look very astute, very official.
See, I always said, Luke, that you were a great guy, regardless of what Trevor always is telling people.
That is not the truth. It's not the truth.
No.
I will out Luke for one thing real quick. Josh, you'll appreciate this.
Proving my point.
Luke Sampe has those glasses on, and he's very good at his job. And when he joins us, this is TV Luke Sampe, right? When those glasses come off on the weekend, and he's just
stories. You can't tell stories when I'm not at work, like when we're together.
No. I'm not outing you. I'm just saying the Luke Sampe I know doesn't wear those glasses on the weekends, and that's when the homer takes come out super hot and fierce, and it is a blast.
Yeah, that's when he goes to Twitter. I get it.
It is. Yeah. If he's tweeting hot takes on Twitter, those glasses are not on. I guarantee it.
I'm not in my official capacity as a meteorologist at that point.
Oh, I love it.
That's why it says in the bio at Luke Sampe, not just weather. Even though we talked to you about the weather here on Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. I appreciate you jumping on, Luke. Good to see you, man.
All right, have a good weekend. Be safe for this Halloween, guys.
Thanks, buddy.
Promise.
All right.
Luke Sampe, Chief Meteorologist, Channel 5, WFRV here in Green Bay. He was quick to stop me. Did you hear that?
Yeah. He was nervous for a minute.
Yeah.
I don't know where you were going, but he was
literally that's where I was going. Just the Luke Sampe Twitter. When the glasses are off, that's when it's all the hot takes from the sports. I just want you to know that it's kind of like, all right, we're putting down the weather goggles here for a second.
Yep.
We're going to get the Homer Sports on, and that's why I love him. He's a regular on Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh, and we will keep it going. Per Luke, don't forget, fall back an hour on Saturday night. If this is, I want to stay here. Standard.
Yeah.
Life should be standard. We can.
I know, but it's not.
It just won't be this time.
I know. Well,
and honestly, people want to stay in this. Bothers me.
Yeah.
You want a grumpy Trevor in the spring.
Oh.
When 4 a.m. becomes 3 a.m.?
Yeah.
That's going to be a problem.
The spring and ahead is the worst.
Not good. I've never, ever
do you
liked
think,
it. I didn't like it when I had to get up at 7.
That's true. Do you think that Andy Herman's going to have a costume on?
100% chance.
100%?
100% chance.
I don't know. It's still early. I'm going to go 70% chance.
I'll take the over.
Okay.
He's up next. The Pack-A-Day podcast. We check in with our guy, Andy Herman, on what we should expect from the Green Bay Packers and Carolina Panthers game this weekend, noon kickoff here at Lambeau Field. It's the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. Our thanks to Luke Sampe for joining us on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network guest hotline powered by Gruber Law. One call. That's all. Pack-A-Day Podcast. Andy Herman. He's next. Stay here. Welcome back, Wisconsin, Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh, live from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Live there, live on YouTube at youtube.com/@WI Sports Radio. Live on Twitter at WI Sports Radio. We are often live ourselves on Twitter. Follow along with us there at Trevor Thomas IW, at On Air Josh. The show at Inside with Sports, and the network at WI Sports Radio. If you're writing these down, don't put the pen down. Here's more. At Andy Herman NFL and at Pack-A-Day Podcast. That's who joins us now on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network guest hotline, powered by Gruber Law. One call, that's all. Damn it, Andy, I lost a bet. I thought for sure you'd be in a costume.
No costume this year. So I am hosting. Well, I should rephrase this. My son is hosting a party for sixth graders tonight at tomorrow night at my house. So I just get to be the chaperone. I don't have any Halloween party or anything like that. So yeah, no costume this year.
Everyone that saw the helmet that you brought out for what is now going to be Victory Helmet Monday.
I was going to say, that's different. It's Victory Monday.
Right. So it wasn't just like throwing, but I think that because you were willing to put the helmet on, people, specifically Trevor, went, 100%. He's going to have a costume. I said, he 100%. Might. I don't know. I haven't go 100%, though.
If I had one, I certainly would have wore it. No question. But yeah, no costume this year. And then we do have kind of like some backup costumes, but my kiddo was sleeping in his room and I didn't want to go and mess through the bucket of stuff. So it's a no costume today.
Wake up. I got to put a costume on.
My son had a sleepover last night. They were crashing on the couch when I got up this morning at 4 a.m. and I walked out there and he's like, Dad, what are you doing? I'm like, bro, going to work. Oh, sorry. Idiot. All right.
Classic.
Packers, help me. Tell me I should not be afraid that Quay Walker is apparently injured. That is a huge deal for the Packers. What do we need to know?
What?
Yeah, a couple things. The first reason you should be what's that?
No.
Josh?
Is this no. Like he's like injured to where he's like out? Like
Andy, bring the boy up to speed, would you please?
First of all, Ryan Rollins had a huge night last night, Josh. So that happened. The Brewers lost in the NLCS a couple weeks ago.
I was aware of that. Yes. What else?
The Bucks are 4-1. No, just
You're seeing Indiana Jones.
Yeah, Quay Walker was added to the injury report yesterday. Did not practice, calf injury. So we'll have to kind of take a look at whether or not he practices today, whether he's good to go. I'm sure Matt LaFleur will be very forthcoming with the injury report today and tell us exactly who's. But yeah, we'll get that injury report later today. But anytime you see calf, obviously it's a little bit concerning. Jacobs had that calf flare up on a Friday and still played in the game, so not necessarily a foregone conclusion that he'll be out for this game, but so definitely something to monitor. So a couple things. The first thing I would say is that the best news is that you're playing the Carolina Panthers at home, and there should be an opportunity to win that game no matter what. The second thing I would say is, very quietly, Isaiah McDuffie has had a very nice season. He did have his worst game probably against Pittsburgh this last week, but prior to that was playing actually really good football, and I've been really impressed with him. He knows the defense. He can call the plays. He can play the mic, and he should be at minimum serviceable alongside Edgerrin Cooper at that middle linebacker and Mike spot. And again, just having somebody that can wear that green dot and be able to call the entire defense is super important as well. And then the other thing I'll add is, in very limited playing time, Tyron Hopper has also played well and can fill in that Isaiah McDuffie spot. He had one play last week and broke up the 2-point conversion on that play, which Jeff Hafley talked about yesterday. So solid depth at the position. I wouldn't go into this game with McDuffie, Cooper, and Hopper and say, wow, they just don't have the linebackers. I think most years that would probably be one of the Packers' best linebacking groups, to be honest. But thankfully, they do have Quay overall. But if he's out this week, I think they can survive it.
Yeah, okay. So that was my concern. I had seen the injury report, but I thought there was like news that he was out. Like that.
Not yet.
Well, it was a DNP yesterday.
Yeah, yeah, but it's that was Thursday. They don't play till Sunday. Okay. Yeah.
Thanks, McFly.
Well, I'm just saying, like, you scared me a little bit. I do need to talk, Andy, about what you just said about the good news being they're playing the Panthers, and sounds to me like you're not afraid of this being a trap game at all.
I'm not. Neither is the Potawatomi Sportsbook, who has them as 13.5-point favorites. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean anything. We've seen Green Bay against Cleveland, have that big issue before. I talked about this with your colleagues, Mitch and Who else was on with Mitch this week? Oh, Tommy earlier this week. But I went back and I looked. I actually did research, guys. This is crazy. I went back and looked at teams who have lost by 30 plus points the week prior, which the Panthers did this past week. They lost by 31 to Buffalo, and to see what that kind of means for them the following week. And they actually went 3-3. The 6 teams that have lost by 30 plus points went 3-3 the following week. So basically 500. Well, not basically, actually 500. And then the other thing that I'll note is that they improved their point differential by over 30 points per game in those 6 games. So if you lost by 35, they would only lose by 5 the next week, for example. So it usually has served as a wake-up call for that team that has lost by 30 plus points. So definitely a little bit something to keep an eye on. And again, Green Bay's definitely played a little bit down to their opponent so far when they've had these type of games. Here's what I'll say. If we are talking on Monday, guys, and the Packers win this game by 4 points or 6 points, and it's kind of annoying, I'm not going to, be bummed or apologize for anything or anything like that. If you said right now, Andy, you can guarantee the Packers win by 6 points, I would say, sign me up. I will gladly take the 6-point win. But what I would like to see from this team at some point, really great teams that are Super Bowl bound, teams that win the Super Bowl, handle some opponents with ease, blow out a team or two along the way. It doesn't necessarily have to be this week. It could be against Philly next week. That'd be great. I would love if it was against Philly next week, right? So it doesn't have to be this week. And that's why, again, I'm not going to apologize for it. But this is a good opportunity to put one of those games on the board. They don't have many left. I think the 2 Minnesota games, maybe Chicago at home, maybe New York on the road, maybe a couple of those could be those type of games. But this has the feel of one of those that you should just go out and dominate. And I would like to see this team at some point in time, whether it's this game or a couple other ones down the road, just say, you know what? We're just this much better than you, and we're going to show you for 4 quarters and dominate a game. So am I afraid of it? No. Do I think they're going to win it no matter what? Yes. But I'm even raising the bar. I would like this to be one where they just go out and say, we're just way better than you.
Andy, if that happens and we are just way better than them, and this is a completely lopsided game in the Packers' favor, can we all agree then that this actually is a really good football team, or are we always going to be hedging our bets with the Green Bay Packers, much like we do with the Milwaukee Brewers?
Yeah, I think we are a sports fan base that, for the most part, is a little bit shattered inside, despite having, at least in my lifetime, 2 Super Bowls and an NBA championship. And don't forget an NBA Cup last year. I will have everyone remember NBA Cup as well. So, but I think just so many playoff disappointments and so many just heartbreaking playoff losses. We don't have to go too far, but I know it wasn't like a Game 7 loss against the Dodgers, but you have high hopes going into that series and you lose in 4 games. So it's especially after that season, that stuff just stings after a while. And I think when you have a new era, a new regime, etc., there's always going to be that little cloud over the head until you went out. For Brian Gutekunst, for Matt LaFleur, for Jordan Love, for basically everyone on this team, there's always going to be a little bit of that asterisk or that little bit of that cloud of like, just can they win the big one? Can they ultimately win the Super Bowl? So I think there's always going to be a little of that. I think some of the stuff so far has been extremely like any of the fire Matt stuff or anything like that is insane and completely undeserved. But there's always going to be the doubt or the questions until this team ultimately goes and wins a championship. So this team is going to be judged on their playoff. I'm not even saying they necessarily have to win a Super Bowl to get it if they have an awesome playoff run and whatever. But that's going to be, I think, the big question that this team ultimately has to answer over the next few years.
Yeah, Andy, I think to your point, this where the fan base is at right now with this Packers team is they're judging them a little bit more because of how they started and because of what's happened since. And we've talked about it week in and week out about their identity, blah, blah, blah. But they've played to their opponent. And that's been the thing. And that's what you're looking for a change from. This Sunday is the opportunity for this Packers team to play their level, what that we know they can play, and just completely boat race this Carolina Panthers team. If they don't, even if they win, if they don't, and they play to their level and beat them by 3 or 6, we'll be happy they won, but it's going to bring back all those questions of, okay, how do you go and play as well as you did the week before and then only beat the Panthers by 6? Like, how does that happen? And I think that adds to the stress level too of Packers fans of just keeping every game close.
It does. One of the kind of unique / fun things of being able to do what I do is I can see where my views and my podcast downloads are based on like what's happening in the Packers land, and like the Lions and Commanders and the Steelers wins are huge spikes. Like everyone can't get enough Packers content and information, right? You can see it. And after, of course, like a Browns loss, it's like complete. Like I don't want to even think about this team until the next Packers game. You see a huge dip, or even after the tie to Dallas. But interestingly enough, of this year, even after like the wins against the Bengals that were, it was like a barely win, and the win against the Cardinals, it almost had like a loss type numbers this year of like, you know what, they're not playing the way that I want. I don't necessarily want to listen to it. And then you get the win against the Steelers and it spikes right back up this week. So it's just kind of, you almost get like the pulse of the fan base based on that. And you can see it. You can see that this, fan base has high expectations for the team, understandably so. I think one of the things that just, clouds the view a little bit is when you, of course, and they're not going to call it this, but when you make an all-in move for Micah Parsons right before the season, and then when you go and you really beat down the Detroit Lions in week 1, we're now seeing everything through that lens of like, that's what this team is capable of. Or if like maybe there would have been, the first week would have been, that 4-point win against Arizona, and then a 9-point win against Cincinnati, and then you beat Washington, and then you boat race Detroit or something like that. Like it probably feels a little bit different, but when you have that immediate satisfaction, now everything is viewed through that lens. So it's probably a blessing and a curse all in one. But yeah, again, I go back to, I want to see this team just take out an opponent the way that we know they're capable of. And this seems like a great week to do it.
Andy Herman, the Pack a Day podcast. Follow him on Twitter at Andy Herman NFL. And of course, the podcast at Pack a Day Podcast. You brought him up, Micah Parsons. Andy, is he playing the way that you expected him to play? Because some people think so. He just won NFC Defensive Player of the Month.
Is that
what
good?
say you?
I would actually disagree. He's playing far better than I expected him to, which is saying something, because I had extremely high expectations for him coming in. But, listen, we've seen teams make these type of deals. And, I mean, Dame is a semi-example in Milwaukee where you get so excited about this superstar player coming to your team. And this is not a knock on Dame, who I think did everything he could. It just wasn't a fit, right? It just wasn't the right fit with the right player. It just never gelled together, despite that NBA Cup, the way that you would have liked it to have gelled. So you always have those high hopes of what it's going to look like, but you're never quite sure until it actually happens and until you see it there. And I think he's playing better than he's ever played in his career right now, which is saying something. I went back and watched every snap of his in Dallas last year, which is really, really good. But I even have it far better this year than what I could have possibly expected. So his impact is immeasurable. It's, even the play along the defensive line of guys like Devontae Wyatt, Rashawn Gary, LVN, Colby Wooden is buoyed by the fact that, Mike is taking all of that pressure and all that presence away from some of those players. And it's just lifting the entirety of the defense. And I think hopefully if we can start seeing some of these corners play a little bit better as well, and this defense kind of gels together, you're going to start seeing him even have a bigger impact, because hopefully some of the coverage tightens up on the back end, which allows him, because he's like a quarter of a second away from like 6 or 7 more sacks. So if he just gets a little bit more of that time to get to the quarterback, we could see him wreck shop even more.
Andy, yesterday on the show, Goody joined us, and we were talking to him, and we didn't ask him the hardcore media questions, because we knew like that wasn't the interview we were doing. We knew he wasn't going to talk about it. A lot of people wanted us to talk about Nate Hobbs. I'll talk about Nate Hobbs with you. And I'm just curious. Okay, so this is a free agent signing, bring him in, then he gets benched. Matt Schneidman had a story about how this was a sign that the Packers were focused on winning now and putting kind of the egos aside. Where do you see this whole dynamic going? Do you think that this is going to be a permanent thing? Is he kind of essentially riding the bench for the majority of the snaps the rest of the way here?
Yeah, I thought Jeff Hafley did a good job of kind of talking about this yesterday, and I felt the same way. Of this is a very Green Bay thing, and they're going to continue to have a competition at that position. And as Jeff Hafley said yesterday, we have not seen the last of Nate Hobbs. He said this is not a, what did he say? He didn't say like, it wasn't like a benching. It was just, again, more of like a competition, or again, it was, I don't want to get the exact words wrong here, but you can very clearly tell that there is still going to be a role for Nate Hobbs here down the line. And I think even in this last game, we saw in some obvious passing situations in nickel. He came in and played the obvious passing. There was only 2 or 3 of those, I think 3 situations in the game where he played, but it was obvious passing situations where they took Javon Bullard off the field and put Nate Hobbs in the nickel, which was one of my expectations for this team all along. When they got him and the way they had Carrington, I said, my guess is Nate Hobbs and Keyshawn Nixon are going to be your base corners on the outside, because you don't want Carrington out there too much because he's not a great tackler on base downs. I said on your nickel defense where it's 1st and 10, 2nd and 5, 3rd and 3, where run and pass are still an option, I said, I bet you get Hobbs and Nixon on the outside with Bullard still in the slot. And then in your nickel situations where it's obvious pass, you bring in Carrington Valentine, you put him as the outside corner, you have Nixon as the other, and then you have Hobbs in the slot, because you don't want Bullard, and even especially if you're going to go any man-to-man coverage in those 3rd and 13s or whatever, where you clearly know they're going to pass, or maybe in the second half where the other team is down by 17 points and it's just pass. Get your best coverage guys on the field. And to me, Hobbs is an upgrade over Bullard as a pure coverage guy in the slot. We saw a few plays of that this past week. I think that could continue to be the case, even if it's Valentine and Nixon as your primary corners, even on base, and then nickel and it's Bullard in the slot. In those obvious passing downs, it still feels like there's a role for him. In any dime downs, there's definitely going to be a role for him. And I have a feeling that this is going to be a continued competition. And it should be noted as well that Matt LaFleur this week said that this is a competition for these corners, including Keyshawn Nixon. And Justice Mosqueda, when I talked to him, pointed out this week that on the final 2-point conversion play, right before the end of the game, basically, Keyshawn Nixon was off the field. Now, we don't know if that was a long drive where they were on the field a lot. We don't know if he just got tired. Maybe he got a little bit banged up. Maybe he needed a sub, or maybe it was that he got pulled out of the game in an obvious passing situation and they wanted to go with somebody else. And maybe that is going to be a competition. So I have a feeling that this is just beginning to heat up. Carrington Valentine did everything he could to now earn that spot at outside corner, but we could see some really interesting stuff now at corner with all 3 of these guys competing.
One more for Andy Herman on the Nicolay Law Fan Talking text line, 414-677-1250. Can y'all ask Andy if he thinks Goody's going to make a move by Thursday? Cornerback, defensive tackle, what do you think?
Yeah, I would put it at about 20% chance. I think there's the 80% likelihood that there's not a trade for Green Bay. I'll also just add really quick, I think if we're, as Packers fans right now, we want a very, very quiet trade deadline, because I think if there are teams that are going to make a big move, you're probably looking at maybe Detroit for a pass rusher. Maybe San Fran continues to try to fill in for Fred Warner and Nick Bosa. The Rams are apt to go all in. They already acquired a corner. We could see some of these teams. Philly will always go all in if they get the opportunity. So, that's always on the table. If there is a big move, my guess is it's probably for one of the competitors in the NFC, in a very tough NFC, and Green Bay already made their big move. So I'm kind of hoping for a quieter trade deadline. If Green Bay does, you hit the nail on the head. I think they're probably looking at a corner. I think if you're looking at real pie in the sky thinking, I think Denzel Ward from Cleveland would be probably one of your best opportunities coming off
Join him.
They need to start getting some draft picks in Cleveland, and they're going to be tight against the cap with all the Deshaun Watson situation anyway. So it probably makes some sense for Cleveland. But for Green Bay, my guess is if it's something, it's probably something small, rotational defensive tackle, a backup corner, just for some depth and competition. I wouldn't expect too much, but I've been pleasantly surprised in the past, including deals for Micah Parsons. So we'll see what they end up doing.
Andy Herman, the Pack a Day Podcast. Follow him on Twitter at Andy Herman NFL. Andy, when we're done with this interview, which is now, text me your address. I am Amazoning something to you just in case.
Here we go.
I am not jinxing the Packers, but if we're gonna have Victory Monday fun with Andy, he's got to have the things. He's got to have the things ready.
Yep, so I appreciate that.
I'm on you. Do not open this until it is a Victory Monday, and then I'm going to give you a heads up. You're going to have to back up off of your camera just a little bit for this to continue on.
Yep.
Andy Herman, the Pack a Day Podcast. We appreciate you, buddy. Go Pack Go. We'll talk to you Monday.
Can't wait. Thanks, guys.
Up next, what's up, Wisconsin? A lot. That's what's up. There's a lot going on this weekend. We'll cover most of it, probably not all of it, including your personal life and what you're up to. So text us, would you? The Nicolay Law Fan Talking text line, 414-677-1250. Our thanks to Andy Herman for joining us on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network guest hotline, powered by Gruber Law. One call. That's all. You are listening to the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. This is Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. What's up? That's next.
Hey, it's Josh Albrecht here for my friends at Henry Flock Steakhouse in West Dallas. Henry Flock's is always introducing new items like their calamari, seasoned perfectly and served with house-made vodka sauce. Speaking of that vodka sauce, you got to try the shrimp and scallop pasta topped with Parmesan. It is amazing. And don't forget about their incredible drinks like the Ruby Slipper or your classic Supper Club favorites like a Pink Squirrel or Orange Dreamsicle ice cream drink. Whether it's an exceptional steak or something different, there's always an amazing meal waiting for you at Henry Flock Steakhouse. It's so much more than just a steak place.
What's up, Wisconsin? Welcome back. One more segment here on Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. Josh, we call it What's Up, Wisconsin? Here we go.
Trevor and Josh want to know.
What's up?
What's up, Wisconsin?
What's up?
What's your plan for the day?
What's up?
What are you doing tonight?
What's up?
Let us know what's up on Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh.
So much is up. All the things are up this weekend. Like lots of things are up for Wisconsin. We want to know yours. The Nicolay Law Fan Talking text line 414-677-1250. Thanks to literally thousands of you watching us live on YouTube and Twitter.
You guys are awesome.
Lord. That's outstanding. We are so glad to have you guys here, there, and the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network statewide. 4 different signals across the entire state. Green Bay on 99.7 WNFL and the Fox Valley as well. 93.9 The Game in Wausau. 710 The Game in Duluth Superior and 1250 AM and 105.7 FM The Fan in Milwaukee. All right, here we go. What's up, Wisconsin? Lots of things are up. First things first. In case you were wondering, the Bucks play again tomorrow.
Oh.
4:00.
Oh. Are you going to watch?
Will you be watching? Almost dropped my billboard. Will you be watching this time around?
Yeah,
right. You're going to be trick-or-treating.
No, listen. So I'll tell you what's up. The last trick-or-treat is tonight. And it is, I don't know how hard we're going, but it's our local one. And so, we went to my in-laws and did some trick-or-treating last weekend there, but this is the one in our neighborhood. And so we got to figure out the division of labor here. I don't think we're just going to set out the bucket of candy. I think someone's going to be home, and then we got the baby too. So we're still figuring out how that's all going to play out, but local trick-or-treat tonight here, all of that happening after I go to Natty Oaks and get my big old bowl of chili because it's Friday, and I look forward to it every single week. So I got that going on.
Noodles in the chili or no?
Absolutely not. No.
Okay. Well, depends who you ask.
Well, but then it's not chili. It's just macaroni chili.
All right, here we go. The World Series could end tonight, and it could end tomorrow night.
Yeah.
But one of those 2 days, it's 100% going to end. And when we get back with you on Monday, it is officially looking forward to the 2026 Milwaukee Brewers campaign. And boy, do we have a lot to share about that. Literally nothing, actually. But we'll reach out to some people and see if they have some insight.
Yeah, it's over. It's over, Johnny.
Once everything is all done. The Badgers are off this weekend from a football perspective. Weren't they off before? Yeah, kind of off before too, but for sure not playing, which means Madison has one thing and one thing only to worry about, and that is State Street for Halloween. Have you ever been down there for Halloween in Madison?
I have.
Wow.
I don't remember it.
Me neither. God, is that fun? It used to be a little rowdy. A lot rowdy. I think it's gotten a little less rowdy because the police said so. So,
man, Halloween when you're in college, that's
safe.
Fun. Be safe, but have some fun.
Be safe. All right, we got that covered, right? What's up, Wisconsin? For me personally, I am starting a home improvement project this weekend, and I am not a handy fella, so. This is going to take a minute. I'll give you an update on Monday on how it's going, but we're going to start framing out the basement this weekend.
Oh,
and
that is not an easy project either.
No, and I don't have the skill set. What you hear right now is the best skill I have. It's my voice. According to the Nicolay Law Talking text line, not even that's a skill most days, and that's all right. 414-677-1250. Let us know what you have going on this weekend. What do you see, Josh?
I see Nick in Greenfield here that says trick-or-treating with the kiddos and some friends tonight. He said, I don't have a costume, but I'm thinking about dressing up like a rare mythical creature, a Badgers football fan.
Oh,
yeah, that would be that would be a costume. That would definitely be a costume. No one's going to mistake you as something else.
How weird is it to be here in a place that cares so much about football?
I know.
And yet now the Wisconsin Badgers can't quite seem to figure it out.
It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Listen, I'm very excited for fall. Like fall is here. It's fall with football on Sunday. And I'm excited for that. We talked to Luke Sampe earlier and his weather reports. And I'm just like, man, let's go. Like, especially with the World Series ending this weekend. And unfortunately, the daylight savings time, but we're officially moving into fall. Like, this is it. It's here, putting baseball to bed. Time to get ready for some fall football. I'm excited.
Trick-or-treating is in my neighborhood later, so the boys, as we speak, are stocking the vending machine, and we will be ready. I think I'm going to rock the Nicolay Law billboard as my costume tonight.
I want you to hold that sign the whole time.
Not a chance. I am so over holding this that you made me do this the entire show pretty much. All right, man. We appreciate you guys, Wisconsin. What a great week. Great guests. Our thanks to Doug Gottlieb, Andy Herman, and Luke Sampe for joining us today. And holy cow, did we have some amazing guests. Luke?
Yes.
Sampe was here today. Yesterday, yes. Goody.
Yeah, if you missed that, by the way, the full interview, you can watch it on our YouTube channel at WI Sports Radio. We have the whole thing. You can see Goody. We had a few people that were like, I wonder what Goody's gonna, what his outfit looks like at 6:15. I want to know what his outfit looked like today. You think any of those guys dressed up
just
at
like
all?
it did yesterday. No, I mean, some, yeah. Goody, no.
Yeah, exactly.
Joe Thomas joined us earlier in the week. Matt Schneidman was here. Dave Schrader was here. It was a fantastic week on Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. We will see you again on Monday and do it all over again, hopefully talking about, the Packers game on Sunday. Packers, Panthers, Lambeau Field, noon kickoff. Cannot wait. Live from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook, this is and has been Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. See you Monday.
Because we are not done yet.